3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Welcome back to TTMTrades. Man, I have been gone for about 2 weeks and have not dropped any videos in that time span. So if you have subscribed to me, do understand I am active duty United States Navy, and I was going out to sea for that time frame. So didn't drop any videos, anything like that. And then once I got back, I spent time with family, so on and so forth. So it's the weekend. Let's get back in the groove of things. We are currently at 2.4 thousand followers, man. I deeply appreciate it. Everybody still following on the Stock Twitch channel, even on the YouTube, man. I was getting subscribers left and right while I was out to sea, so I deeply appreciate it. I was trying to aim for 1,000. I get back and I'm at 1,037 subscribers, so deeply appreciate it. I hope I continue to add value to you all's trades. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a keep or delete video. All right, so anybody who has not seen my other keep or delete video, I'm simply going to is it on here, my last keep and delete? I thought maybe it'll be on here. All right, so I'm simply going to go through my list of stocks that I'm looking at, and then as I go through those list of stocks that I'm looking at, you will comment below keep or delete. Like I said last time, I normally come home every day. I have my scanners right here that I normally run. I'll run my scanner, and then based off of my scanners pickup, I go through these stocks one by one, and I pick and pull which ones I think are going to help make me a profit, and then I'll build a list called my breakout plays list. So my list is pretty old, man. I got a lot of trades on here, some I need to get rid of, some I need to keep. So again, I'm gonna have you all comment below on the ones we should keep and or delete. Man, last time we did this video, let me see if I can find the video. Keep or delete. There we go. Look, man, last time we did this video, we had a lot of bangers, a lot of plays that got knocked out the park. This is the last one right here, currently at 1,093 views. I'm pretty sure we had around about 18 stocks on there. I may be overdoing it, probably about 12 to 18 stocks on there. And out of that 12 to 18 keep or delete stocks, I would probably say 11 of them, maybe 13 of them, all of them took off for great profits, man. So we're gonna do the same thing here, keep or delete. Let's jump right into it. All right, so first stock on my list is ABIO. So as you can see, ABIO had this nasty gap down here, and it has been trending down with the RSI constantly being rejected by that 30-period moving average. Rejected again, came back up, and now was pushing back into the 30-period moving average again. Now, why is this one on my radar? Because we currently had a double bottom play. So as you can see on the gap down, it hit that 45 right here on a pretty high volume, had a run up to 97 cents, and then it's been trending back down ever since. It came back down to retest that 45, and as you can see, immediately the shares got accumulated and the spike in volume was very low. So the difference between a double bottom, all right, a double bottom, this is what traders are looking for. On the first low that it hits, the first low that's established right here, as you can see, the 45, you will have a high spike in volume. All right, that demonstrates a lot of sellers, a lot of panic selling, whatever the case may be, a lot of selling. Right, when you come back down for the double bottom retest, when you go back down to retest that 45, if it comes when you go back down to retest that 45, if it's on low volume, then that shows that there's not a lot of selling in that price range again of that double bottom, which shows that it's a solid bottom. Now, if you were to come back down to this 45 again and it was on high volume, then that shows you there's still a lot of panic in that a lot of panic selling in that general area, and you may want to wait to try to enter that stock because there's still a lot of selling in that price range. So as you can see here again on that double bottom, it didn't even hit 45, it was at 45 and 6 cents, and the volume was very low, which means there's not a lot of selling in this area anymore. And then the shares were easily accumulated, as you can see, as you got this long wick right here. So now you're trending sideways. You finally break above the standard 1 deviation right here, which represents the 10-period moving average for me on my double Bollinger Bands. which is a bullish move. So now we moved into this neutral zone right here, which is below and above the 20 period moving average. So what do we want to see? Number one, we know our immediate support is right here at 51 cents. Smack a couple of lines on here real quick, so immediate support right here at 51 cents, and again secondary support right here at 44 cents. Again, if this support right here was to fail, then again you'll fall back down in this channel where the double bottom was at. So we broke above that 1 standard deviation. Immediate support is right here at 51. In order for this to turn bullish, we want to see a break above that 58, which is the 20 period moving average, and then that'll put us in our bullish zone of 58 to 65 and 65 to 71. But what we want to see is a breakout and a run up back into this price range up here. So the RSI, what we want to see is a break above that 30 period moving average. The on balance volume, as you can see, the volume is beginning to trend up, and it has broke above its 10 and 30 period moving average. Since the drop, it has been trending downwards, and now it's bottomed out and beginning to trend upwards. So it's up to you. Let me know at the bottom, keep or delete. Moving on to the next one. All right, take an ACST. Now looking at this one, we're looking at this on a weekly scale. All right, so looking at this one on the weekly scale, you can see right here that it bottomed out here at 84 cents, had a little run up, again went down to retest at 84 cents, and it only can reach down to 88. Ran up to $1.30, came back down for a low retest, only retested 92. So you can see there's high and lows on each pullback. 84, 88, 92. Right now the 20 period moving average is rejecting it right at $1.14. So going down to a daily view, as you can see here, we're in this tight channel and we're trying to make a breakout here. So right now immediate support is right here with the 20 period moving average and the 50 period moving average is currently meeting at $1.03, $1.04, with immediate resistance right here at your 200 period moving average at $1.25. Now I would be mindful of that $1.25, because as you can see here, you pushed up until the first time, got rejected, pulled back until the lows of that 93, 92, and now we're beginning to push up until again right here at $1.25. So if you can't break above that $1.25, then you'll probably have that pullback again down here to this 98 cent support. If you do break above that $1.25, then we're working our way back up into these highs over here of 165 and 190. So keep a delete, comment below. Ticker AKER. So I warned everybody about ticker AKER a little while ago. So ticker AKER, like I pointed out last time, on each breakout, the volume, as you can see, was increasing with each breakout. High volume, higher volume. When it had this breakout, I said in my last video that was a little suspicious, because every time you create a higher high on a run, you want your volume to be higher on each run to show that new fresh buyers are coming in and they're steadily pushing this up. So with the volume being that low, it made the price action a little suspicious. Got rejected by the 200 period moving average, and then it trended above it just a little bit, and then you had another high 98 on even lower volume. So volume precedes price action. As the volume is increasing right here, you can see the higher highs are increasing. As the volume begins to decrease down here, then you can see that these higher highs are fake, false breakouts, because there aren't fresh buyers coming in to constantly push this up. Now what are we looking at? Had a very bearish sign, as you can see here. The RSI maintained itself above its 30 and 10 period moving average the entire trend, and then finally it broke below the both of them, and then got rejected by the 30, and then you had this fell in price right here. So right now the only thing holding this up is the 50 period moving average, which is this yellow line sitting right at 58 cents. If that fails, then you have this last Bollinger Band right here at 55 to catch it. If it does not catch it, as it did right here on this last drop down, then you begin a downtrend, which this will continue to run down. So it's up to you. Keep a delete. Me, honestly, I wouldn't touch it right now. I know everybody's waiting on the FDA news. Even your PMO, your price momentum oscillator, as you can see here, shows that the trend was very strong, staying above the entire time, and then finally across below that to show that the trend is getting weak, and now it's pulling down hard. So I don't know if I would even touch this one, but it's up to you. Keep a delete, comment below. All right, ARDM. All right, looking at ticket ARDM, it has been in this channel for quite some time now, with the last line of support being at $1.03. And man, I did this one a while ago. Let me pull this over. Last line of support being right here at $1.03. We'll slide this over. And immediate support at $1.16. So it's been in this channel right here at resistance 144, immediate support 116, and it has been working this channel back and forth, back and forth. So do you play the 116 support to try to make your entry and possibly get a 144 bounce? So for a possible 30-cent spread, you could. It's up to you. Or do you try to play the gap fill at $2 and run back up into this price range where you're more than likely get a pullback? So up to you. Last line of support $1.03, immediate support 116. Keep or delete, all about how you play your entries. Your RSI is trending below, above its 10 period and 30 period moving average, as you can see here. Found support on the 30 and it is still trending above its 10 period moving average. So keep or delete, comment below. All right, moving on to the ATNM. So this one has been popping up on my scanner as of lately. So when I look at this, this has been on an ugly downtrend. As you can see, it's below the bottom two Bollinger Bands, which signals downtrend. So as you can see, tries to break out, can't, reject it, again, reject it. Holding above that one standard deviation, but still in the downtrend. Now all of a sudden you get this low of 36, and then you get a retest of that low at 35 with some buying to push it back up to 37. So possible double bottom right here, and now we're beginning to trend sideways. You have finally broke above that one standard deviation 10 period moving average, and it is holding above it. As you can see in the past, it has not held above that one standard deviation. Now it has broken above on high volume, and it's pulling back on low volume, and it's holding above it. So right now what you want to see is 37-cent hold as support. Immediate resistance right now is the 20 period moving average right at 39 cents. Even though it closed at 39, it's still closing below that 20 period moving average. So you could play your entry right here at that 37, and or if you want to wait for another retest of that double bottom at 35, you can. It's completely up to you, but your RSI has been getting rejected. Alright, so as you can see here with the RSI, ever since the breakdown, it has been trending below that 30 period and 10 period moving average, being rejected by it. Finally, it has broken above the both of them, and as you can see, it's beginning to pull back. So it's possibly going to try to find support on that 10 period moving average, which will possibly correlate with this 37 support down here. So up to you. You could play that 37 bounce, give it a shot. It is beginning to trend sideways, so keep or delete. That is on you. Comment below. Ticker AYTU. So while I was out to sea, I alerted this one back when it was right at this 41 to 42 cent. Had to run up to 76. And the reason that I alerted that was due to the RSI beginning to trend above its 10 period moving average. It finally had to break out above the 30, which correlates with this run right here, and now has pulled back and it found support on that 10 period moving average. So as you can see here, like I said about my double Bollinger Band strategy, anytime a stock is in a bullish trend, it will maintain above the 20 period moving average. When it's above this 20 period moving average and then this channel right here, which I call the neutral zone, the stock is bullish. Okay, now anytime it maintains itself above the two top Bollinger Bands in the uptrend, that is a very strong uptrend and the stock is very bullish. So right now we did get this bounce off of the 20 period moving average. So that is our current support right here at 50, with our current resistance right here at 59. All right, so up to you. Keep or delete. Comment below. All right, baby, we move in the groove. Ticker BIOA. So ticker BIOA, nasty gap down here, and it has been bleeding ever since. Tried to make a run here, and then it pulled back without finding support on that 20 period moving average, and then went back down in the bottom two channel, which signals a downtrend. Now, did do a bottom here at 3 cents, and then it came back down for the retest and ran back up. Now, as it has ran back up, it has found resistance right here at the 20 period moving average, which is currently at 4.5 cents, and it's trying to find support on the bottom one standard deviation Bollinger Band. So up to you. Do we keep or delete? The RSI has currently broken above its 10 and 30 period moving average and trying to find support. And as you can see, the volume is trying to pick up, but every time it begins to pick up, there's a large sell-off, as you see here, and then it tried to pick up again here, and now it's trending sideways. So comment below, keep a delete, ticker BIOA. All right, ticker BIOC. So as you can see here, ticker BIOC, the immediate line of support, well, immediate support was at 31 cents when I was originally doing this. And then the last line of support was right here at 26 cents. So it had to run up into all the resistance points we pointed out, and then it came back down and began finding support right here at that 30 to 31 cents. I actually played this one, made my entry at that 30-cent mark, and then I don't know if news came out or something bad came out, but then it gapped down right here, which I immediately sold and took my loss, and it has been running down ever since. So it has established a new bottom at 23 cents. Remember that old support will become new resistance, so now 26 to 27 cents is resistance. RSI is still trending down below the 2, so keep a delete, comment below. This one looks a little suspicious. I would probably wait for a double bottom on that 23 cents just to make sure that's a strong line of support. Alright, BPMX. Alright, so as you can see here with ticker BPMX, we alerted this one back at 15 cents, ran up to 37 cents, and it has been pulling back ever since, which correlates with your RSI, trending below that 10 and 30 period moving average. As you can see, it tried to come back up for a breakout, rejected by the 30. Again, one more attempt for a breakout, got rejected by the 10, and now we're trending back down again. So where is ticker BPMX going? So we have to, as you can see right now, it's finding support on this 50 period moving average, the yellow line right here at 22 cents. So we have to look big picture and look at what BPMX is currently doing. So BPMX had this monster of a run, as you can see here on the weekly charts, from 10 all the way to 38 cents, and now it is pulling back. So it didn't find support on that one standard deviation Bollinger Band for the trend to stay super bullish, but as you can see, it's trying to pull back to its 20 period moving average right here at 17 cents. So it broke below that one standard deviation on the weekly chart. It tried to push back above it right here with the 24-cent resistance that got rejected and closed at 22. So what we want to see is, are we going to pull down into the 17 cent for possible support on the weekly chart and then get a nice bounce and run back up? I don't know, we'll have to see. But right now, sitting at 22 cents, you decide how you want to play this. Keep a delete. As you can see right now, the 50 period moving average is rejecting this. As you can see here, the yellow line, it ran up into the 50 period moving average, total rejection, and now it's pushing back down to the 17 cent where the 20 period moving average is at. So you can try to play the 17 cent, bounce into the 30 cent rejection where the 50 period moving average is at. It is up to you. Again, comment below, keep or delete. So ticker BRG. So as you can see here, it's on this little downtrend where it had a nice downtrend, ran up into that 50 period moving average, got rejected. Again, downtrend, and now it is trending back up. Why is this on my radar? Because this looks kind of ugly. I think I was looking at this big picture. I was looking at this big picture. All right, so as you can see here, this line of support right here. So this is where it bottomed out right here last time at around this 737, and it closed right here around this 750 range. So when I seen it running back down again, and it found support right here in that 730 range and had a nice bounce off with a clean run up. This is the weekly charts. I think I said I was going to keep an eye on this for a possible run back into this 50 period moving average right here at 10 to 23 for a possible $1 to $2 spread. So let's go to the daily. Looking at ticker BRG. Okay, so on the daily, it is very, very bullish right now. As you can see, it has been in an uptrend, trending between the top two Bollinger Bands, pulled back to that 20 period moving average with a clean bounce, and it is continuing to run up. So plenty of room on the RSI for this to continue to run. Immediate line of rejection I will watch is this 200 period moving average on the daily, currently at 998. So as this continues to push up, this will continue to come down because it's following the overall average of the move over a total of 200 days. So this will continue to trend down. So possible first line of resistance, I would probably call it right here where this last line of support was at, right here in this 980 to 990 area. So if you want to try to play this for $1 spread, up to you. Keep a delete, comment below. ticker BTCS. So I've been watching this one. Crypto had a nice small run. Well, Bitcoin had a nice small run, so that's why you got this run right here from 4 cent to 8 cent. This happened while I was out to sea. Nice little run for 100% return, and now it is currently pulling back. It was on an ugly downtrend, as you can see here, as it ran down from 30 cent. It maintained below that. Those two Bollinger Bands that tried to run up got rejected by the 200 period moving average and has been trending below ever since. So now you get to the bottom right here at 4 cent. Nice run up to 8, and now it is currently pulling back. So lines of support you want to watch for this 5.5 cent right here, and if it decides to pull back for a double bottom, you want to see that this 4 cents holds down here. So keep or delete, depends on how you want to play it. Comment below. Alright, so ticker CHFS, we've been watching this one for a minute. We alerted this one back here at the 287 because that correlated with the double bottom back over here. Ran from that 287 up to 470 and immediately had a pullback. Alright, so now it's made a new bottom right here at 250 and it's ran up into that 50 period moving average, which was rejecting it, as you can see last time. Here in this general area, as the 50 period moving average came down, it literally pushed the price action down with it. So created a new bottom at 250, ran back up into that 50 period moving average and got rejected again. So possible support 276 with a double bottom at 250 for a good bounce play. Depends on how you want to try to play it. Keep a delete. Comment below. As you can see, the RSI has broken above its 10 and 30 period moving average. We just need to see if it'll hold and maintain. Alright, ticker CPHI. So as you can see, CPHI had this run. We alerted back at 34 cent, ran up to 47, and has been on this downtrend, as you can see here. Now it has trended all the way down, and it looks like it's trying to find support on its 200 period moving average, currently at 24 cent. Right now closed at 28. Your RSI is still trending below its 10 and 30 period moving average, which shows the bears do not have control of this stock yet. So I would probably wait till you hit that 200 period moving average at 24 cents to see if the bulls decide to jump in and begin accumulating those shares in that general price range. But comment below, keep a delete. Ticker CTRV. So ticker CTRV has been on this crazy downtrend with some wild price swings. So why is this one on my watch list? So when you go out to the weekly, when you look at the weekly, it bottomed here at 21, had a run up, and then it retested that 21 again on low volume, and it is holding above the 1 standard deviation right here at 23 cents. So again, nasty downtrend. Anytime you're on a nasty downtrend, you will have problems closing above that 1 standard deviation. So again, rejected by it, rejected by it, rejected by it, rejected here, and then finally pushed above, and it closed above the 1 standard deviation. So there's a possible spread play here. Looking at this on a weekly, possible chance it could pull back to that 21 cents. That's always a chance, but immediate support right now is 23 with immediate resistance at 31. So you could try to play the 23 to 31 cent spread, get an 8 cent spread, take home that gain. It is up to you. But looking at the daily, it is currently trying to trend up, but as you can see, the 50 period moving average, this yellow line, is currently rejecting it on each run up. So you want to see a break above that 50 period moving average. Looking at this last candle that was formed, you're probably going to have a pullback into the support at 22 before you try to get an attempt to break above that 50 period moving average. So keep a delete, comment below. Alright, ticker EBIO. So this one I'm going to say delete. I've been watching this one for quite some time now. So we alerted this one back here at 76 cent when it was forming this ascending triangle pattern. As you can see, it finally had to break out, and then it pulled back into that line of support, this channel right here we pointed out, and then it had to break out again, and it's pushing up into that 150. It already hit all our profit targets we had at $1.08, 123, and 137. So it's already pushing past that. I'm not going to tell anybody to hop into this stock, seeing that it may be getting overextended. As you can see, the RSI is oversold, and each higher high is on a lower volume, showing that buying interest is decreasing. So this is going to pull back soon. So we're just going to say delete on ticker EBIO. Alright, so ticker FCEL, FCEL. So this one looks pretty wild on a daily. So let's go out to the weekly. Alright, so looking at the weekly, okay, so looking at the weekly, as you can see, the stock had a nice run up, broke above its 50-period moving average, and each pullback has found support on the 50-period moving average. Right here, support, nice run up, again, support, nice little run up, and then again, pull back on that 50-period moving average, which is currently at $1.61, found support, and closed above its 20-period moving average at close at $1.80, with the 20-period moving average being right at $1.77. So the bands are beginning to constrict. As you can see, this is showing a strong possible breakout on the weekly chart. So looking at this on a weekly basis, immediate support is right here at $1.77, with secondary support at $1.67. Bollinger Bands are very tight, so it's signaling a breakout here pretty soon. The RSI has been moving sideways, and as you can see, it had a nice little bounce out the 10-period moving average. So all this thing needs is, so all we need is a little volume. As you can see, the on balance volume is trying to trend sideways to get this one going. So keep a delete. 50-period moving average is currently holding that one up. Moving on, ticker IBIO. Alright, so ticker IBIO, we alerted this one back at 18 cents. As you can see here, well, we was playing this one for quite some time. So we alerted it first at 16 cents. We was alerting it on each pullback. It ran from 16 to 22, where that's immediate resistance was at. And then we alerted it back at 18 when it pulled back into the line again. And then it finally had to break out above that 23. It pushed into all of our price targets that we had right here. Price target was 34. It actually ran up to 35, and then it began pulling back. So I put the immediate support at 23. Remember, old resistance, new support. So then it was finding support on that 23 cent, and then it actually again pulled back into this trend line. So the trend line is holding very well, and as you can see, it's holding the price action up currently. Hold on. Let me pull the trend line over. Did this a while ago. Alright, so as you can see, the trend line has been holding, is this iBio? Yeah, iBio up for quite some time now. So will this trend line continue to hold? So right now the trend line is currently at 21 cent with immediate resistance, again because it fell back into this channel at 23 cents. So you could try to play the 21 cent if you want to, and see if you get another breakout out of this channel again, but I would be cautious of that because your RSI is sitting below its 10-period moving average and its 30-period moving average. So as you can see right now, it looks like it wants to try to break above its 10-period moving average. So up to you. Keep a delete. You could try to play this ascending triangle pattern one last time right here on the 21 cent ride and get a breakout. Again, up to you. But comment below. Keep a delete. Alright, ticker IMUC, man. We got a lot of stocks, but that's okay. Alright, so ticker IMUC. So as you can see here, oh man. Let me pull these lines over you all. I did these analysis quite some time ago. So as you can see here, the immediate support as we had there was 22 cent. And then I had it going on this trend here originally because we was trying to play this breakout here. So alerted IMUC back at 24 cent, and when it pulled back into this line, and then it ran up into our first profit target that we had put at 35 cent, actually pushed up to 36, and then it began pulling back. It tried to find support right here on the trend line to continue it for another breakout, and then it failed altogether, and now it's pulled back into its last line of support of 22. So as you can see here, it pulled down into that 22 cent, some accumulation from buyers as you can see, and now you're back in this channel. So up to you. Keep a delete. You can try to play the channel, buy in at 22, and then get that bounce back up into that medial line of resistance of 28 for a 6 cent spread. It's all in how you want to try to play the stock. But comment below. Keep a delete. The RSI is currently trending below its 10 and 30 period moving average, so I would also keep an eye on that. All right, so ticker JAGX. So we alerted ticker JAGX. Whew, when did we first alert? Oh yeah. All right, so we alerted ticker JAGX a while ago, right here back at 12 cent. We pointed out the immediate support was 12. It ran up, it began pulling back. We said, hey, try to play the support at 12, get the bounce to its line of resistance at 17. So alerted, everybody played it. They got the 12 to 17 cent spread for a 5 cent spread, and then it began trending sideways in this tight channel. One thing I kept pointing out was the volume. So volume beginning to reverse, showing buying interest. So on each run up, the volume was increasing higher and higher. So finally news came out and JAGX had this crazy spike, ran up into our first line of resistance that we had pointed out. And then I said on the pullback, I would look for an entry around 18 to 20 cent for a bounce play. So as you can see here, it has been trending down and it has been holding in that 18 cent. So as you can see, it's pulled below it, but it always pulls back above 18 cent to close. Pull below it, accumulated, close, ran up into that 20 cent resistance, close. So you're sitting in this 18 to 20 cents channel that I pointed out. You know, I said I want to see some consolidation above 20 with 18 as the last line of support. So it's consolidating in this general area. So you could try to play the 18 cent bounce and see if you can get another run up into that 20 to 24 cent for a 2 to 6 cent spread. That's up to you. I'm not sure if it'll get another monstrous run like this again, because that was on news. So it just depends on how you want to play it. But if that 18 cent fell, I believe looking at the Bollinger Bands on a weekly, the 20-pair moving average is sitting right at 16 cents. So if the 18 cent fell, then you have 16 cent as the last line of support, which will correlate with this old resistance right here. And then if that 16 cent fell, that'll put you back down in this channel down here. So depends on how you want to play it. Your RSI still trending below its 10 and 30 period moving average, which shows the bulls have not taken control of this stock yet. So keep a delete, comment below. JR. So I had this one on my radar, and then it gapped down. So looking at this new gap down, we pointed out that 10 cent was its last line of support. We alerted to try to get in at that 11 cent. It ran from 11 to 16 for a nice spread. Then it began pulling back into this line of support, and then it got halted, I believe, here for some reason. Some news came out, then it gapped down. So as far as keep a delete, I wouldn't touch this one. Right now it's at 3 cents was its current line of support. It ran up to 5. Anytime you have a bottom, right, the price action normally pulls back to retest that area. So I wouldn't touch it right now. It's probably going to pull back. As you can see, it made a higher high but on lower volume, which shows there was no buying interest in that price range. So more than likely it's going to begin pulling back to that 3 cent range for a double bottom test. So if anything, you want to try to play this stock, I would try to play it at its support at 3 cents, get that entry, and then get that last ride up to maybe 4 or 5 cents for a 2 cent spread, and then get out. But other than that, I wouldn't play this any other kind of way. So, but comment below, keep a delete. I'm supposed to have a bias opinion on these stocks, but I don't want you all jumping at anything that's going to jack up your accounts, okay? So LTBR. So looking at this one on a weekly basis, as you can see, it had the support right here at $1, give or take, okay, in this area. Nice little channel here, and then finally it began to run up, and then it ran into the 200 period moving average, which immediately, as you can see, buyers began taking profits, selling, and pushed it back down. So it began trending down, and now as you can see here, it's holding in this $1.11 to $1.16 range, okay, which correlates with this old resistance back here. So this is what I mean. Remember, old resistance should become new support. So I always mark the resistance at the highest point in which the bulls were able to close the stock at. So as you can see here on this run up, the bulls were able to close it here. Yeah, it had a break above, but as you can see here, the bulls were able to close it at its high price range here. They was able to close it here at its high price range, and then they was able to close it here. So even if you put a line here at the high of the channel where it closed at, it still correlates with where this is finding support at. So old resistance new support. So that's the play you're getting right now. You're getting the old resistance, new support play. So you could try to play the $11.10 entry and try to get that spread to its immediate lines of resistance at $1.35 and $1.40. That correlates to the 20 and 50 period moving average. So up to you. Keep a delete. Just know right now old resistance is now new support, and that's why this stock is holding in this general area right now, because this is where the accumulation is happening at. But as you can see here on this downtrend with these two type of doji candles that's forming, you can see that the sellers aren't in control anymore, and then the buyers aren't also in control. So right now it's indecision between the two right here in this general price area. So you just want to make sure that this $10, $11 is going to hold, and then once you can verify that, try to get that spread all the way up to $1.40. So keep a delete, comment below. We moving and grooving, baby. Ticker MNKD. So this one we was watching. Alerted this one a while ago. It's still on my list. Let me pull this over. So immediate support, we said, was right here at 219. So alright, so immediate support was 219. Had this nice run up. We tried to play the pullback. Remember, old resistance should become new support. So we alerted it as it began to pull back into that old resistance. We alerted it to find it as support. So found that area of support, made the entries, ran up to 341, 337, and then it began pulling back. So we was looking for support on that old resistance one last time. It didn't happen. The trend failed, as you can see on these three candles. Right here, it fell below and closed below it 3 different days in a row. Then it began to pull back, and we was looking for support on this last line of support at 219, which it found support, and then it tried to have a run up, and then maybe some news or something came out, because then it gapped down. So keep a delete. I'm going to say delete. I do not want you all playing that one. So we'll get that one off my list here soon. All right, ticker MYO. All right, so ticker MYO, we've been playing this one for quite some time now, each and every swing. So as you can see here, it ran up. I think like the earnings or something like that came out. So nice little sell-off happened here, where it maintained below the bottom 2 Bollinger Bands, as we talked about. Then it had this nice little gap up right here in volume to show interest in this price range. All right, the $2.80 to $3 price range, there was a lot of interest. All right, but it continued to run up because, you know, you have people on the sidelines who began paddling on top of the stock trying to make a quick profit. So nice little volume here, as you can see on these 2 days indecision candles on low volume, which shows there's not a lot of buying interest in this area right now. There's not a lot of confidence in this stock for a run up. So it began to pull back right here, and it found support right here at that 323. Do I think that's going to hold? No. Anytime bulls are looking to jump into a stock, they want to make sure that wherever that initial bottom is at, that it's going to hold again. So you'll probably get a nice pull down back into this price range again, just to see if that that double bottom holds. So I would look for an entry right around the $2.80 to $3 range, right where the initial buying interest started. If you get that double bottom, then I would probably look for an entry and then another run up. As you can see, our RSI broke above its 30 period moving average, and now it's below it. As you can see, it probably needs to find support on the 10 period moving average, so you'll get another down day here, which will put it on top of its 10 period moving average, and hopefully that down day will correlate with your entry right around that $2.80 to $3 range. But keep a delete, comment below. Alright, so ticker MYSZ. So next up, ticker MYSZ. So as you can see here, keep a delete. I'm going to go ahead and say delete on this one because we have already played this one out. So we alerted this one back on the double bottom play like I was just talking about. Tap 120, as you can see, there was some buying interest with a nice little run up, and then it began to pull back, which, like I told you, bulls like to see that a line of support is going to hold. So normally your double bottoms and triple bottoms is where bulls try to make their entry. So as you can see here, pull back into that price range again of $1.20. We alerted right there to make your entry. It ran up to $2.19 into our first profit target of $2.07, and then it began to pull back. All right, found support, and then it just began to bleed out, and now it fell below its last line of support right here at $1.19. So, and as you can see, these 3 candlesticks are having issues closing above that. So I wouldn't touch this one. Your RSI is trending way below the 10 and 30 period moving average, which shows momentum is not even close to being in the bull's favor. So We're just going to say delete on ticker NYSE. All right, moving on, ticker NSPR. So as far as ticker NSPR, as you can see here, had the sideways trend. It looked like some news or something may have came out, because then it gapped down, and now you have the sideways trend here, with a bottom at 99 cents. Again, had that nice little run up to $1.25, and it's holding at $1.07. So I would wait for this one to pull back again to that 99 cent to $1 range to make sure that that is a solid area of support before you try to make an entry or make a play on this one. Your RSI still trending below that 10 and 30 period moving average, which shows the bulls don't have control of this stock yet. So keep a delete, up to you. Comment below. Next up, we have ticker NVCN. So this was on my radar because I had a lot of people keep asking me about it. I don't know if there was some type of dilution or something going on with this one, but a gap down. It was on this nasty downtrend, as you can see below the two Bollinger Bands. Rejected, still below, finally tried, and then it gapped down, and as you can see here, it had this nice run up into that Bollinger Band, one standard deviation, which is where it's probably going to get rejected. Even on this high volume spike right here, this tells you that a lot of buying interest was exiting and a lot of selling and profit taking was happening. So you're more than likely going to get rejected by this one standard deviation Bollinger Band, and you'll probably get a pullback again into this 4 cent area right here. Worst case scenario, that 3 cent area. So completely up to you how you want to play this one. A little risky, so keep a delete, comment below. Alright, so ticker OHRP, man, I've been putting this one on my top 3 for so long because it's been consolidating for about a month and a half now. So whenever the breakout on the stock happen, it's going to happen big, okay? But just looking at this one on the daily, as you can see, everything is flat. RSI is flat, price action is flat. It's been consolidating between anywhere from 21 to 24 cents the past month and a half. So there's just been a lot of accumulation in this general range. Now, to get a big picture idea of what's going on with this stock, I think it needs another week or two before it breaks out. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at this on a weekly basis, alright, you can see your CCI is beginning to trend up slowly but surely, and then even as the price action is trending down on the weekly, you saw you got a bottom of 21 cents with some accumulation, ran up to 28, and then it came back down, and you got a retest of that bottom on lower volume. So like I said, bulls like to see a double bottom for confirmation that that is a solid area, a solid line of support. So we've had the double bottom, and right now, as you can see here, these two candlesticks signal indecision, showing that the sellers and or the bulls aren't in control. So the stock is kind of at a stalemate right now, but it looks like the bulls could be taking control on a weekly basis, give or take, I say, another week or two, because your CCI is beginning to trend up, and then your RSI, which is flat with the 10 period moving average, even your on balance volume as the selling, you can see the volume and the on balance volume signaling that, but all of a sudden your on balance volume has even double bottom, showing that volume is beginning to maybe pick back up into the bulls' favor. So you got the double bottom on the on balance volume. Your CCI is beginning to trend up, and then for me, I just use the MACD histogram on the MACD. I don't use the overall MACD. So even on your MACD histogram, it's beginning to trend up above its 5 EMA, okay, showing me that there's some slight momentum beginning to pick up in this stock. So 21 is definitely a solid bottom, as you can see here, and it's currently sitting at 22. So you could try to play the 21 to 22 cent entry. There may be a triple bottom retest of that 21, but the momentum is picking up slowly but surely. I'll give it about another week or two before you get a nice breakout and for this stock to try to run, okay? But keep a delete, comment below. Ticker Orex. Okay, so this one was on my watch list. All right, I would not touch this one now, but this was on my watch list while I was out to sea for this run from 17 to 39 cent. I'm not sure what happened here, but strictly delete. We're not gonna touch that one. Ticker RAD. So as you can see, ticker RAD was on this nasty downtrend here in between the bottom two Bollinger Bands. Bottom out with 146. Nice volume spike with 2 days of consistency, and now it is holding above its 20 period moving average. So immediate line of support 161, second line of support $1.50. $2.53. Your RSI, which was trending below the entire time from the 255 range, signaling that the bulls are losing control, has finally broke above its 10 and 30 period moving average and is trending above it to show that the bulls are trying to take back control in this price range of 146 to about 161. So keep a delete, up to you. Comment below. Just know you got the 50 period moving average coming down at 187 and the 200 period moving average coming down at 209, which are always moving averages to watch for resistance and support. All right, so ticker RHE. This one was on my watch list back March 12th. That's why these lines are all the way back here, and it's already had the breakout. So here, let's do an updated analysis on this one. All right, so we knew the immediate line of support was, immediate line of resistance was right here at that 28 cent, rejected, tried to run up, fell again, rejected here, and then it was just rejected all around here. Finally, you had the breakout, which we hit our first profit targets. I said profit targets pending the breakout. It finally broke out. I think it was on news or something. Hit our profit targets of 52, 63, and 74. Ran up, and now it is beginning to pull back. Now remember, I told you old resistance, new support. So as you can see, it pulled back into that line of resistance, found it at support, and had a clean break off of it. So I would wait for this to probably pull back into that line of support again, as I said, for a double bottom confirmation. Try to make that entry right around 28 cent and see if you can get that 28 to 40 cent spread for a 12 cent gain on this one. But I highly doubt you'll get another run like this back up to these highs, because that was on news. But you can try to get a channel play from 28 to 12, get that 12 cent spread. But up to you. Keep a delete. Comment below. That one has already broken out when we alerted it. So ticker RIOT. So a lot of your Bitcoin stocks are looking like they're trying to reverse, okay, because Bitcoin overall is trying to reverse. I'm not going to pull that chart up. You can go look at that. But your RSI has been trending below its 10 and 30 period moving average the entire time. It had this break above it, found support, but then it had a higher low, as you can see right here. So you get this divergence right here. Even though the price action made a higher high, 1814, 1840, your RSI made a higher low right here. All right, so you get that divergence in price action, which tells you false breakout, and then it begins to trend back below that 10 and 30 period moving average, constantly getting rejected. So finally you get a break above the 2, and now it looks like it's coming down to try to find support on the 30 period moving average. So I will watch this area. $6 current support, current resistance 754. Look at how you want to try to play your entry. Keep a delete, but I think a lot of the Bitcoin stocks are trying to reverse. Even looking at Riot on the weekly, I think this correlated to a major moving average. Yes, so looking at it on the weekly, on the pullback, it's found support right here on this 200 period moving average on a weekly basis. So as you can see, it had to break out above it, pulled back, found support, and then it had that major run up, and now it's pulled all the way back again, and it's trying to find support on that 200 period moving average all over again, right in that $6 range. So up to you how you want to play it. Keep a delete. Comment below. We almost there, people. All right, ticker RUBI. So as you can see, had this downtrend, ran up into that 50 period moving average, it got rejected, pulled back to $1.48 range, immediately gapped up and above it, cannot hold above the 50 period moving average, and it's found support right here on the 1 standard deviation line, which is currently at $1.73. So right now, it had this nice little run up. The swings are, the volatility is getting very low in this stock. So a breakout is probably going to happen here soon. I would probably wait for this to pull back to that 20 or 50 period moving average of $1.80 to $1.84 to try to get a bounce play to run up to that 222. But up to you. Comment below. Keep a delete. All right, so ticker TGB, as you can see here, nasty downtrend. Started when the RSI broke below its 10 and 30 period moving average right here, which signaled this downtrend here. RSI has been trending below ever since. As you can see here, downtrend, ran up again, still staying on this downtrend. So it hit $1.10 as support. Had a nice little run up to $1.20, and now it's beginning to pull back to that $1.10 area. So on the daily chart, this looks ugly. We don't know what's going on with this stock, but when we go out big picture, this is why I have this one on my watch list. When you go out big picture, When the stock had its initial run up and it began pulling back, it was finding support on the 200 period moving average the entire time, and then it began to run back up again. So now you have this nasty pullback, and again, as you can see here, it's trying to find support on this 200 period moving average on the weekly, which is currently at $1.08 to $1.10. So you could try to play the 200 period support at $1.08, $1.10, and then try to play its immediate resistance to $1.05 to get that 20 to 25 cent spread. Up to you how you want to play it, but keep a delete comment below. Ticker TOP. All right, this one already had this run up. We was talking about the volume, how it precedes price. So volume was decreasing. All of a sudden volume began picking up, which I alerted that may be some type of run coming up. So I had this small run from $1. I'm not gonna say small. That was a nice run. Had a run from $1.70 up to $2.84, and then it began pulling back to the $1.45 range. So looking at this, I haven't analyzed this in a while. If that $1.70 is support and is holding pretty well, if you look at the price action, it is currently holding at $1.70. So depend on you if you want to try to play that $1.70 support and try to get that run up back to $2.84 again. It's up to you, but just know $1.70 is the current support, and that is what the price action is trying to hold at, with your RSI holding right above that 30 period moving average for a possible bounce play. So tops, keep a delete comment below. And last but not least, ticker TROV. So we alerted this one on 2 different occasions. We alerted this one on its 25 cent pullback, ran up to 43, and then we alerted it again right here on this pullback, right here to 30 cent, where it actually dipped down to 28 and came back up, and then it ran up to 47 to 48 cent, and now as you can see, it's began to pull back. So immediate support, again, as we alerted way back here, is following the chart perfectly. So we know the strong line of support, the strong line of resistance is 43. We said this a while ago. It's been trying to break above this 43 cent, and it is having trouble left and right doing it. Didn't even reach it, got rejected here, broke above it but couldn't hold, completely rejected, and now it's back down at its line of support at 32. So 32 cent has been a good line of support. If that doesn't hold, the next line of support is 30 cent. As you can see here, the RSI hit 40 as support, had a nice bounce up, run up, and now it's kind of trending sideways. So you could try to play the 30 to 32 cent support, which has been holding great in the past. 1, 2, and right now it's holding right here 3, and try to, again, as I've been telling all of my followers, just play the channel and get the spread from 30 to 43, again 30 to 47. Again, if you can get this spread one more time in that 30 to 32 cent range, 30 to 32 up to 43 to 47 one more time, those are 40 to 50% spreads each and every single time. So if you want to try to play ticker TROV, these are its immediate lines of support, 30 and 32. Immediate line of resistance, 43 to 47, where it's pushing up at. Try to get that spread. Keep a delete comment below. And that is it. That is it. I just gave you all a gang of stocks. I'm still going to do my top 3 for the week on Sunday. And I'm going to do a video lesson this weekend, because I said once I hit 1,000 followers, I was going to drop a video lesson. So TTM Trades, if you learned something, if I added value to your trades, if I helped you out anything, again, find me on StockTwits, 2.4 thousand followers. Hit that follow button. And on YouTube, TTM Trades, we are at 1,037 subscribers. Remember, I told you we are going for 10,000 by the end of the year minimum. Got to set big goals and chase them. Till next time, TTM Trades, I'm out.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.